Yeah! Here we go! It's time for TSS Fantasy. It is Commissioner Cooper.
I could do a whole 49er show right now.
Ready to rock out with my gavel out.
Oh yeah, baby!
Don't sleep on my Patriots, you know.
And we're ready for football. That's
Joe Burrow with this wrist. I'm curious.
I find you guilty of all charges.
Although you assisted force in this
Please develop some really great
DJ Chuck Bass.
Been doing it ever since coming off.
I hope you like the way I pimped
He's
you out.
84 targets in all three of the classes.
For the touchdown this year.
You know, the great thing about being a football player is you don't have to take a shower to go to work.
There it is.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It is Commissioner Cooper, and you're waking up with TSS Fantasy.
Yeah! As you see, Greg is not here. No boring ass takes today. Let's go.
Greg sitting around with a candle and a can of beans, and here Fred is making fun of him. I mean, but Greg and everyone else dealing with the hurricane in Florida, of course, we feel for you, reach out to you, hope everything works out for everyone. I know a lot of people don't have power, and it's been kind of crazy. That's why I'm all the way up here in Canada, believe it or not, which ironically, just so you know, if you ever travel to Canada, you cannot watch your YouTube TV up here. You have to get a VPN in order to watch it. So just a heads up, something I didn't know. Let's get our introduction started. Welcome into the studio, Justin Jesus Herrera. Welcome in, my friend.
You can also not drink and drive in Canada one bit. They will pull you over if you get any alcohol in your system and a swerving, and they will throw a DUI at your ass. I don't know personally, but I know a guy that does know. But anyways, I think it's some shit that Greg, I'm going to go off on Greg for a quick second. I love you, Greg. I hope you're doing good. But I think it's some shit that Greg works for the fucking internet company, like MJ said. And you got the fucking worst internet of us all, bro. Come on. You got to step this shit up.
I'm gonna clip that and send that to him. I like that.
That was a great take.
Yes, sir. We're starting off hot today. Let's also welcome in Fred the Jester Reyes. Welcome into the studio, sir.
That's why I have AT&T fiber and not Spectrum.
My man over here.
All right, well, let's pay the bills real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid, hit a subscribe, hit like, put a comment in. You got fantasy questions, we're here to answer them. Put them in there. We will get to them today. Little things stopping you from doing it, big things popping for us when you do, so we appreciate it. Go to Underdog Fantasy, use the promo code TSS. We'll double that deposit up to $100. Lots of great games to play for this week. You can do all Sunday, do 1 o'clock games, everything, all kind of good stuff. So go check it out. And if you're looking for some championship bling, of course, after you win your season, look no further than Pro-Am Belts. Lots of great stuff there. All right, guys, we got injury news to talk about. And why not bring the best in the business? Here comes Brian Scott with his Inside the Medical Tent.
A.J. Dillon just went into the medical tent a moment ago.
Good morning, Brian. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Good morning, gentlemen.
Week 6, we got you busy, ready to rumble. So lay it out for us. What's going on with all these darn injuries?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, some really important out statuses that have popped up recently. Brian Robinson Jr. probably being one of the bigger ones here. He's been dealing with some type of knee issue the last 2 weeks, and played through it. But now all of a sudden he'll miss today's game, so he is listed as out. As we know, Derek Carr out with that oblique injury. We probably expect him to be out at least a week or two, probably back in 3 weeks. Ramondre Stevenson was a recent out as well. He's got some type of foot injury, so that is official also. On the flip side, though, we've got a couple of other guys coming back, and that will be Dameon Pierce along with Joe Mixon. Both will be making their return. I expect them to probably have some shared responsibility in the backfield there because they're both probably not going to be quite 100% just yet, but they will both be making their return. Travis Etienne will be making his return with that shoulder AC joint sprain. And Josh Downs listed with a toe injury heading into the weekend here as questionable, but he should also make his return along with Michael Pittman Jr. and Anthony Richardson, who are also both expected to play. Malik Neighbors out with that concussion, and apparently the NFL has a new concussion protocol which requires you to attend a Travis Scott concert wearing sunglasses to help reduce the effects of further stimuli on the brain. So that was an interesting development this week, which I had no idea. I just learned something new. David Njoku will be making his return. He will be removed from the injury report with that new knee injury. And that's my list for now, unless you guys have some more questions.
I do have a question only because I'm out of the country, sadly, and is Derek Carr's not playing today? Is that what I?
Correct. Spencer Rattler has already been penciled in as their starter for this weekend. There's discussion that Carr will probably be coming back week 8 because I think they have their bye next week as well. So that was, I think, intentionally done so that Carr could get some rest with that oblique injury.
Wow. So yeah, that was kind of big news. That was, to me anyway, because I was sitting here looking like, oh my goodness, like I got to change some things up. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Other than that, Justin, Fred, got any other questions?
I got one question for you about the Michael Pittman one, just because he started out doubtful. And actually the earlier report, I remember saying he could be taking a stint on IR for some sort of back ailment, but it seems like he's good to go now. What do you think is the likelihood that he's actually like somebody you should play this week, knowing that he's had a back issue as a receiver?
Yeah. I mean, the problem with the back is there's so many things that it could have been. He could have just been having some tightness or muscle spasms. I don't think they would have cleared him so quickly and had such a dramatic turnaround if it was something serious. He's young. He's in good shape. He's a skilled player at the receiver position. I don't think this is going to be anything serious long term. But certainly something that can easily be re-aggravated. So I would probably tread cautiously at least this first week back here, and it is something to keep an eye on going down the road. But if it was anything serious, I don't think he would have gotten the all good to go tag.
All right. Well, listen, do us a solid. Go to Brian's blog, Inside the Medical Tent. Got lots of great updates and stuff there. And, of course, his podcast, the Injured List podcast, is always up and ready. He's got a newer one that was just out this week, so make sure, or maybe last week, make sure you check that out. Brian, where else can we follow and get updates during the day?
You can follow me on X at Injured List Pod. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, the Injured List Podcast, and of course the website www.theinjuredlist.com, and of course on that Sports Podcast Network website as well.
All right, Brian, we appreciate you. You can also see him next Friday, of course, with our week breakdown. That's when we'll start our week, so make sure you check us out there. Dylan, by the way, what's up to you? I see you got a question in here, and you said it's ugly. We're going to get to that in a sec. We're going to send Brian out for the day. Enjoy your rest of your Sunday, Brian, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Dr. Michael Hutchison has harnessed the latest in neuromuscular dentistry and impact technology to develop a mouthguard that does more than protect. It enhances. NeuroGuard Plus isn't just a mouthguard. By focusing on the jaw's physiological position, it provides an added layer of neuroprotection, significantly reducing the risk of sports-related neurological injuries. All athletes should be using a custom mouthguard designed to their bite position. NeuroGuard Plus was created as a means to maintain your physiological jaw position regardless of your bite. The appliance is designed to optimize your upper-lower jaw relationship to improve your strength, your balance, your oxygen intake, and drastically lower your chance of a concussion. Independent studies have shown that the NeuroGuard Plus will provide you with improvement to both upper and lower body strength. The same improvements were not present with a common mouthguard. Over 6,500 athletes have used the NeuroGuard Plus. Dr. Hutchison is happy to say that the amount of diagnosed concussions is 0.2%. The Neurog Plus offers athletes, coaches, and parents an advantage to keep their players safe on the field. If you or your child actively participates in athletics, they need to be protected from the dangers of repetitive head trauma. Get your Neurog Plus mouthguard today. Click on the link and use code ILP Sports for 10% discount on your purchase.
All right, we got some weather to talk about. Before we do, we already got some questions lined up, fellas, so let's hit it. Dylan, what's up to you? Appreciate you checking in with us. He needs help, and he said it's ugly. So we'll ask Fred. No, I'm just kidding. Full PPR, different questions. All right, so he's got a full PPR with different leagues. QB, got a flex here. You got Baker or Caleb, Christian Kirk or Spears. All right, so I'll go to you, Justin. What do you think on that one?
I'm going to go with Caleb, and I think I'm going to go with, the second one's kind of a little interesting because Bears got the best secondary, but, probably the Colts have one of the worst run defenses. But Pollard's their guy, so I'm probably going to go with Christian Kirk still, especially at full PPR. And then are you going to give the second question to Fred, or do you want me to
give that to Fred? Yeah, so Fred, question 2. He's got 2 to flex here. Alex Pierce, Dontavian Wicks, Demario Douglas, or Rashad Bateman. That's not too ugly, Dylan. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I definitely would go with Alec Pierce, especially with Michael Pittman not being totally 100%. Mm-hmm. And I like the big plays he's been having lately. Who are the other 3? I can't even see.
That's okay. Dontavian Wicks from the Packers, Demario Douglas, and Rashad Bateman.
And I probably would go with Wicks. I think the only receiver that's not hurt with Green Bay right now is Christian Watson, I think it is. No, Jaden Jaden Reed. So I will go with Wicks and Alec Pierce. They're both good for big plays.
All right. I like you. All right. Let's go to Justin for the next one. Let me pull this thing up here. Thank you, Dylan, by the way, for your question. Mondo, appreciate your question. Should I start either Aaron Jones and Michael Wilson for Josh Jacobs and Hockenson? Oh, should I do? I'm sorry. This is a trade question.
Yeah, I would do that all the way. TJ Hockenson his practice window, I think, just got opened up over this bye week. So he's going to be back soon. And that's a really high-powered offense. It's going to be looking for another weapon. And Josh Jacobs right now, just off of health and durability, is more valuable than Aaron Jones, who has a hip issue right now. So, yeah, I would take that trade.
Health, durability, and volume. I mean, this guy gets fed.
Right.
He's not doing a ton with it, but he's getting it fed. So, yeah, I would do that all day long. And like you said, Hockenson back in the fold, the way the tight ends are right now, that's money all day. Appreciate you, Mondo. Boston Billups, Fred. Does he trade Mike Evans for Nico Collins? That's a good one for you. For Nico Collins. He's 4-1, and my other good receiver is Deontay Johnson. Nico Collins, I know is out. I don't know for how long, but that is something that plays into that.
He's on the IR, so he's going to be out at least 4 weeks.
You might as well keep Mike Evans because this guy's out for 4 weeks.
That's
maybe
it. You're getting into.
Thanks for the easy question, though.
Yeah, no, boss, appreciate it. You're getting into 3/4 of the fantasy season at that point. Maybe you're trying to test us with this question, but yeah, I definitely would not make that trade at all. All right, so Mondo just wanted to mention that he has Hubbard, Mason, Hunt, Pacheco, and Brooks. That was about to his other question earlier. Yeah, I'm still with you.
I mean, you got Pacheco and Brooks. That's already 2 guys on the IR spot. You want to add a third one? What are you doing to your 4-1 record, man?
All right, Fred, I'm going to go back to you on this one for Mondo because the next one I got to give to Justin. All right, so for Mondo, who should I start? Lazard, Michael Wilson, or Jeremy McNichols?
Could you
instantly say Lazard? I mean,
I was going to instantly say it, but I don't want to sound like a homer, but that's the only one that, besides last week, Rodgers has a real rapport with. But damn, he drops a lot of balls, man.
Yeah. You don't want to start like a homer. You sound like a homer every week. I think Michael Wilson's interesting because I think that matchup is going to be a healthy one for fantasy numbers. So it's an interesting idea. So I might lean Michael Wilson, but Lazard is pretty much on the front for me too. What do you think, Justin? This is a toughie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I would also look Jerry McNichols. The one thing that the Ravens are good at is defending the run game. So that might be just immediately out, even with Brian Robinson being out this week. I think I might lean. Lazard in this one just by a hair, because I look at it and I go, Lazard has been getting the touchdown volume, and a touchdown could be the difference between Michael Wilson and Lazard. You know what I mean? That could be the difference between 13 points, 12 points, whatever it is. But I don't expect either one of these guys to be too far off their goal. So, I think you can play either one and be fine. Can't hear you. Muted.
Oh, I think I accidentally took Fred out. My bad. All right, this one was for you, my friend. It's from the 49ers King. I had to give you this one. It's flex Leggett or Dobbs. It's a half PPR.
Man, they're really trying to get Leggett to be something. So I think I just give the shot to Leggett because, this week could be one of those blowout games. The Falcons could totally blow the Panthers away, and then Leggett could end up with that garbage time touchdown and, how many touches he gets. But they're really trying to make him a thing, and I think that you should go with that one over Dobbs, who's just getting back into the swing of things and had a really bad week last week as far as rapport goes, because you skip practice because you don't like your role. That's a no-no, bro. I don't care how they make you feel this week. You're not getting any touches. You're getting humbled this week.
That makes sense to me. I like that. All right, Fred. Dollar bills, y'all. He wants to know Slayton, Wicks, or Sermon at the flex. This is a full PPR.
Fred, muted?
Maybe he his thingy went out or something. All right, what do you think, Justin? While Fred gets take you out and get your stuff fixed.
Yeah. Shoot. I'm torn between Slayton and Wicks. I'd like your input on this one. I think I'd go with Slayton just because of Malik being out, and he had a monster week last week. But Wicks seems to be like, every time you bet against him, he gets 2 touchdowns. So I'm like, do I just bet against him and wink, and you put in Wicks, or do I just tell you Slayton straight up because it should be a good game with the Bengals and the Giants?
Yeah, I'm going to go Slayton on this, and because I loved Ontavian Wicks. I mean, I talked a lot about him prior, but I'm starting to feel like he's become the Rashid Shaheed of the Saints, where it's boom or bust. You're not getting those average outputs. So we'll put it in this perspective. If you want the big volume possible play, then you would go Wicks. If you want something that for sure you're going to get you some decent points, might not get you the ceiling that Wicks could get you, but at least can get you up there some points, I would go Slayton. I think Wicks is a definitely boom start if he booms. But if he doesn't, then you're getting a below average performance usually. So that's what I would go. Plus Slayton in a full PPR will get you a lot more, I think, as far as catches go. So that's where I would lean. Brad, what is up, brother? Good morning. Excited to watch his Bears and watch the red zone all day. I feel you, my brother. Good job.
He's excited to watch the Bears and then watch good football. I'm only kidding, Brad.
They're starting to come up. I know. I'm starting to come up a little bit. All right, let's go. Last one, Justin. This is from Alan Young. Olave or Tank Dell? PPR. Is it going for you?
Bro, oh my God. This is a great – I think you got to go Olave just because he's already proven it. And from what I've been hearing, Spencer Rattler has been loving him some Olave in practice. So I think you got to go Olave. But, man, if you can find a way to get both of them in there, I think you're going to be okay this week.
All righty. He said, touche, Jesus. That's awesome. All right, we're getting a little behind, so let's talk about some weather.
It's time for the weather report.
All right, today's weather report. Games you don't need to worry about today. Bucks are at the Saints. Steelers are at Raiders, and Lions are at Cowboys. So your QBs and kickers are good to go for these ones. All right, let's go. Jags at Bears in London. First thing to start things off, 57 degrees. It's overcast and winds are 6 miles an hour. Sounds like a London day to me. Cardinals at Packers, 53 degrees. This one said definite showers, so something to keep in mind. Winds are 9 miles an hour. Colts at Titans, 74 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds are 14 miles an hour. A little windy there today. Texans at Patriots, 50 degrees. There is a chance of rain, and the winds are 5 miles an hour. Browns at the Eagles, 76 degrees. Slight chance of rain in that one as well, and the winds are 9 miles an hour. Commanders at Ravens, that's 78 degrees. Also says a chance of rain. Winds are at 10 miles an hour. Chargers at Broncos, 75 degrees, clear, and winds at 6 miles an hour. Great day for football in Denver. Falcons at Panthers, 79 degrees, clear skies, winds at 10 miles an hour. Bengals at Giants, 65 degrees, likely rain, and that one also, and winds 8 miles an hour. And for the Monday night delight, Bills at Jets, 53 degrees, clear skies, and winds are 14 miles an hour. So, pretty decent weather report today. All right, we do have our ultimate flex to talk about, but I'm not going to keep Ariel waiting this week because I felt like we kept her waiting too long last week. So let's bring her in. We want to make some money this week. Some prop bets. Ariel, welcome in this morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for joining us today. I need to get paid. We're up here on vacation in Canada. I need some money. Help me get paid today. What great props do we got going on?
Okay. Well, this week has been pretty good to me so far. On my live stream last Thursday, I called out the Niners versus Seahawks to go over 49. And then on live, I actually predicted it could hit 60 points, which was like the final total. So it was pretty cool to hit that right on the nose early on this week. And there's really only one game that I raised to that level of confidence today, and that's happening in New Orleans. But we'll get to that very soon. Let's start with the early game, Bears versus Jags. I'm going to take Rome Odunze to go over 3.5 receptions at plus 126. I also like the Jags to win the game. Vegas has been moving this line in the right direction, opening it at plus 1.5. They moved it to -1 on mixed money, and this move was after the Jags flight delay. So Vegas is clearly moving this opposite to what seems logical, and they've liked the Jags since Friday. Now, moving on to the Green Bay versus Cards game, I like Jordan Love to go over 270.5 passing yards at plus 125, and wide receiver Jaden Reed to go over 65.5 receiving yards, also at plus 125. I also think this is more of a lean that there is a good chance that Green Bay does cover the spread. There is a weak number here on the spread, bouncing from -5 to -5.5 and back again. And if their air game gets going, I think they should cover. Now, moving on to the Falcons versus Panthers game, I like Drake London to go over 65.5 receiving yards at even money. Right now, this guy's in beast mode. I'm also taking Falcons -6. Now, moving on to the Chargers. Although Justin Herbert had some time to get his game together, I am taking the under 165.5 passing yards at plus 135. Now, in the Lions, I like Jamar Gibbs to go over 60.5 rushing yards at plus 110. And finally, I promised my game of the day. I like the Bucs -3.5 on the road versus the Saints. Looking at how this line has moved, the Bucs opened up at plus 2.5. They moved to -3.5 on mixed money. Then there's some Saints money showing up now. There's some pro money showing up. And I just don't think that the Saints losing Derek Carr is worth 6 points. really, I mean, Vegas looks like they're taking a stand here, and there is something going on that we don't know about. And I paid plenty of money so far betting blind, playing with the house. This could be a blowout, but I wouldn't necessarily run to take the over here. I do really like this, though. This is my game of the day. My favorite play on the board so far. Bucks -3.5.
Game of the day. I love it. All right. Where else can we? I know you got a show later on, so everyone make sure you follow and subscribe, of course, and check out Ariel at 11 o'clock today. She's got a lot of great updates and betting advice, and that's probably the better time to really start getting your bets in. So, Ariel, tell everyone where they can follow, watch you, and, of course, subscribe. Anything else you have?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So my show will be live on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Kick. You could pretty much find me everywhere. Ariel Callista. You could also see it right here. And that's also the link to my website where you could sign up for my free daily emails where I give you all of the sports news. I break down all of the interesting lines for you, show you how Vegas is taking a stand either with or against the money. I have my picks of the day in there. And of course, pictures of me every day. And these free daily emails, they're forever free. They don't cost you anything to sign up. All you have to do is just go to arielcallista.com and then click on the button that says stay in touch and then find me on Sports Betting Illuminated at 11 o'clock. I'm waiting for a lot of these lines to develop a little bit further, so there might be some more things that pop out later. And I will be on YouTube, all the different platforms. You could find me on YouTube, Ariel Callista, and pretty much everywhere Ari bets. That's me.
Go check her out. Lots of great input, and you want to make some money? No better place to go. We appreciate you, Ariel. We'll, of course, see you next week. Excited to see you next Sunday. And before you, well, as we send you out, we got a guy that sits out in the back and does nothing but puff weed all day and make prop bets. So let's check him out. Let's see what kind of prop bets our boy Eric's got today. And look at, see, Ariel, get ready. Like, there we go. See, let's go. Appreciate you, Ariel. We'll see you next week.
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
Happy Sunday to you and yours. I'm going to level with you. We got to have this one. We're coming off an all-time bad week. 1 for 4. The family has asked me to vacate the premises. It's about to be winter in Wisconsin. I am not trying to live outside. My daughter's telling her classmates I'm recently released from prison. I said, sweetie, why are you doing this? She said, Dad, I can't let people know that you went 1 and 3 with internet access. So we have to buckle down this week or I'm about to lose my key. Emmanuel Wilson, over 31.5 rushing yards. This is happening. Washington ran 37 times against these Cardinals and beat them. Detroit ran 43 times against these Cardinals and beat them. San Francisco ran the ball 26 times last week and lost the game. The Packers are going to run the ball to set up the run so that they can run the ball. And Josh Jacobs ain't taking it 37 times, so Wilson's going to have to be involved. He'll get his 32 yards. Kid's got juice. Speaking of secondary running backs we wish weren't involved but are, Tyler Algier, over 39.5 rushing yards, plus 130. Who knows how good Bijan is even feeling today? And even if he's feeling great, this kid's going to get his dozen carries, so we may as well capitalize on it. 40 yards for Algier, add to cart. Then we're going to Monday night. Breece Hall, over 34.5 receiving yards, plus 125. This isn't just redemption week for me. This is redemption week for Breece Hall as well. Devon Achani led his team in receiving with 7 for 69 against these Bills. Justice Hill did the same thing. 6 for 78, led the team in receiving. This is how you beat the Bills. If this team isn't smart enough to throw the ball to Breece Hall, I can't help you. And then we're going to throw together and get my keys back parlay, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, 50 rushing yards each. I mean, we're going to have this by halftime plus 200. Are you kidding me? Lamar's rushing line is 56.5. Jaden's is 48.5. What are we doing here? I'll see you back next week, hopefully indoors. Best of luck. Not that we need it.
Damn! Indeed. All right, get paid. We got a couple more questions here. Let's get to those. Talk about our flexes. Marcus, by the way, I feel you. Let's go to Emmy. Justin, the first one, Higgins.
NFL schedule.
Higgins or McLaurin? I don't know what Fred's talking about.
I'm gonna go Higgins in this one. I think McLaurin. They still got some good DBs in Baltimore. I like McLaurin, but also we're gonna see the return of Noah Brown. Noah Brown was getting some action too. I think Higgins in this one is gonna be big against the Giants. Yeah, I like it.
Fred, let's go to you for this one. This is ZA215. By the way, Emmy, thank you so much, and Marcus, thank you so much. He got yo questions, fellas. He gonna start one of these, Fred. Cousins, Caleb, or Daniel Jones?
Well, we're not going to start Daniel Jones. I don't care that he's had a little resurgence. That doesn't matter. He always comes back and does something dumb. Let's see here, and we have the Bears versus the Jags, and we have who's Atlanta playing? They're playing
Atlanta's playing the Panthers.
Damn. I think I'm gonna go with Cousins then, because I know Dalton's been playing good, but Carolina, the only reason Carolina is playing good because they've scored a lot of points, so they are gonna go back and forth. I go with Cousins.
I like that. Let's go to the next. My bad. I was sitting there talking. I was like, oh wait, I'm on mute. Go ahead and do the next one. He's got to flex. You got to start one and flex one of these. Shaheed, Amari Cooper, Slayton, Pollard, or McConkey. It's all full PPR. Good options, though.
I definitely like Shaheed. I would say Shaheed, definitely. I'm still going to say it, even though I know he's hurt, his quarterback, but I'm still going to go with Shaheed. Now, the other one, I have Cooper, and he's so off and on, man. Who would you go with, Justin?
I don't know, man. I feel
McConkey, maybe?
I think this is easy. If I may,
do you think so?
I'm starting Pollard. Good matchup, and I'm starting Amari Cooper today. Not for nothing, but the Eagles secondary has not been all that great this season. Not to say I have any faith at all in Deshaun Watson. Don't get it twisted, but they're gonna have to come back a little and throw the football. I think the Eagles will get up on them early. They're 29th against fantasy receivers. I think it's a great matchup. And by the way, Fred, to answer what you were saying earlier, Panthers are 27th against fantasy QBs, so I think Cousins is a no-brainer there also. So I would go Pollard and Cooper there.
You would go Cooper? Damn.
I would go Cooper there because Shaheed now can get you the big points. Slayton also, we talked about Slayton earlier, could be up for a decent day today. I just feel like because of the matchup, it sets up for a Cooper type of day, not because that's my last name either. But I think Pollard's your no-brainer at starter, and I just think between Cooper, Slayton, Shaheed is where you might want to just trust your gut. But Justin, did you want to say something?
I like Amari Cooper, but I just wish they would start Jameis Winston already. Just do it. Just let's see what happens.
And then there's no-brainer for Cooper. Exactly.
If you can't score 15 points every week, you just got to make a change. I don't care how much money that man's making.
Mondo, he wants to know Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs there, Justin.
Yeah, well, I think we already answered Mondo. Man, I want Josh Jacobs right now, dog. To be honest with you, Aaron Jones does what Aaron Jones always does. He sparks, and then he gets injured, man. A hip injury for a running back that's already aging is not a bueno thing to have. Josh Jacobs is notoriously good for durability. He's only missed, I think he's only missed 6 games in 1 year. And that was last year when he was fighting the Raiders over a contract. And I don't even think he missed 6 games, but it was the most games he's missed for his career. So even though he's not producing at Aaron Jones' level, you want somebody to stick into your slot every single week. It's going to be Josh Jacobs, whereas Aaron Jones might be out for an extended period of time.
Love it. All right. Sorry, Fred, I got another one here for you. Let me hide the current comment. It's not letting me scroll up. Let's go here. It's from Landon. He wants to know sit one, Dell, Deontay, or BTJ. What's your thoughts?
Is Dell playing?
Yes.
Dell's playing. No Nico Collins. So
yeah, that'd be the one. No, I knew one of them. I forgot Nico Collins in the IR. So yeah, I would definitely start Tank Dell 100%. I mean, he's gonna get him and he's definitely gonna get the extra targets with.
He was asking though which one to sit.
Oh, which one to sit? Well, not gonna be Dell. I go with Deontay.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'll go with Deontay
on that one. I think I'd probably sit Deontay out of those three. I like that. All right, I know we got some more questions, guys. We are going to get to them in a second. My apologies. We're just running behind, and I'm in a hotel room. Wifey staring at me like, let's get to breakfast. So before we get to our ultimate DFS lineups, we'll get to your questions in a minute. We'll get pumped up real quick, and let's hear from Fourth and Flex and their Flex starts of the week.
It's time for Bandy's Flex starts of the week. What is happening, my people? It's your boy Bandy, and we're back with another episode of Bandy's Flex Starts of the Week. Yes, sir, it's me, Bandy, your guy from the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. Back with another one, guys. We got 3 more guys that you can throw in your flex spot in Week 6. Let's get started. Starting off with a guy over on the Raiders, a guy that has silently and secretly become the wide receiver 2 on this team. I'm talking Trey Tucker. Okay? We got Aiden O'Connell at quarterback. Now, we know he can at least hold these guys down. I think Trey Tucker gets at least 4 targets this game and help you out in a pinch with all the buys. Moving on to the next guy on this list. It's Antonio Gibson, baby. Okay, Ramondre Stevenson, okay, he's hurt, he's out, he's gone. Drake Maye at quarterback. Antonio Gibson, I think, is going to get you where you need to be this week. Ramondre always gets fed, so you know my boy Antonio is going to get fed. Moving on to the last guy on this list. I'm talking about a guy on a team with injuries galore. I'm talking Keon Coleman, okay, the rookie over on the Bills. All right, our guy tore it up last week, okay? And again, there's injuries everywhere on this team, and he seems to be the only healthy wide receiver. Look for him to at least get a touchdown, and look for him in your flex spot in Week 6. Baby, let's go. It's the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. You can find us Apple Music. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us everywhere, baby. Come flex with us.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Bandy. We appreciate you. Make sure you check out the Fourth and Flex. After us, actually, they're going to be doing a start and sit as well, so make sure you check them out. All right, let's get to these questions, and we got some ultimate DFS to talk about. Tyson Carter, thank you for your question. Half PPR, he wants to know a Dunze or risk playing Chase Brown off limited practice. Slayton also an option on the waiver. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would just go with Chase Brown, but if Slayton's an option and you have a spot for him, I wouldn't mind that one either. But if you're just, if you want to play a little conservative here, you don't want to get rid of one of your buy guys or something like that, I'd probably just go with Chase Brown. I think that Roma Dunze, he might have a good day, but I think Chase Brown is starting to take over this backfield period.
Tyson, appreciate that. I like that. And Dunze's been kind of up and down so much, and a lot of down, unfortunately. So, yeah, go with Chase as well. Fred, T, what's up? He calling us legends. I can't even believe it. He's back. What's the drop order out of Mooney, Tank Dell, Dowdle, and Chase Brown PPR?
Man, I like every one of them. I don't want to drop any of them. Drop out of them. Well, I'm not too high. I wouldn't drop any, but I'm not high on Chase Brown. He'd be number 4 because of just the injuries. Dowdle at 3. I like Mooney at 2 and Tank Dell at 1. So, I'll drop wise it'd be Chase Brown, Dowdle, Mooney, Dell.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. Other than I would probably drop Dowdle before Chase Brown. I've seen them a lot of Bengals games for some reason, and Chase Brown looks really good when he's on that field. So that's where I would lean as far as dropping, and Dowdle's just kind of.
I have injury concerns with Chase Brown right now.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but again, way Daddle's played, even though he's had like opportunities, not done much with them. So I just don't know if the opportunities really are there for him. That would just be my take on that. Justin, Dan, and thank you, by the way, for your question. T and the Legends comment. Justin, Danzel, he needs 2 and a flex. Cooper, London, Wilson, Tolbert, JK, and Eckler.
I'm assuming that's Garrett Wilson.
So
I'm gonna go with Drake London. Bengals. I'm gonna go with Drake London. I'm gonna go with man, you want to go with Garrett Wilson? God damn, dude. I'll go with.
NFL schedule.
I'll figure it out with Tolbert. I think Tolbert's kind of becoming the number 2 as Brandon Cooks is fading away, and I look for that game to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I'm going Cooper, London, and even though it's a tough matchup, I like Austin Eckler today all by his dang self, so I kind of like that in my flex. That's where I would go. Thank you, Danzel. Appreciate you. Za215 appreciates us with the last question. He wants a defense. Fred, I know you like that. Colts, Falcons, or Bucks?
Oh, man. Who do I see here? Colts play the Titans. Falcons play the Panthers. And the Bucks play
the Saints.
The Saints. Her quarterback. I'm gonna go with the. If I don't trust the Colts anymore. They screwed me last week, so I'll go with the Falcons. Maybe they get to the Red Rocket. I think they get a couple of picks today. Couple of sacks.
And they've been good this year.
Yeah.
Like a very underrated defense. I like that. However, I like the Bucks too because with I don't know nothing about this QB.
Right, but they have Kamara.
And that's true. I did see his stats from last week, and they weren't that impressive. Bucks D's been okay as well, so I think I'd leave it there. Justin, to you, Dunya Barnes, Jalen Hurts, or Justin Fields?
Oh man, that seems like it's. Oh man, I think I'm gonna go Justin Fields on this one. I don't know what it is. That Raiders defense is just trash. I think he's gonna have another good week and continue this chain of who's the quarterback thing that's going on right now in Pittsburgh. I love it. I think the press conferences are funny. And I just don't believe in Jalen Hurts right now, man. I hope your wife doesn't throw a pillow at you, but I think that the guy is kind of a little bit broken right now. I think
the funniest part about what you just said is I was
You're muted.
Yeah,
you're muted.
And I muted myself. Leduc was about to come in, so I'm looking at that, and I didn't pay attention to what you're saying, but I heard you say Jalen Hurts, and then I saw my wife at the corner of my eye, saw her head pop up, and I was like, what? And I was like, okay. So she heard you for sure. Okay, you're already on the
Headphones
list.
in, bro. Headphones in. It's between us.
Appreciate the question. Let's bring him in live on a soccer location. Let's go, Angela Duke. Welcome in, sir.
From the woods because it's pouring here, and it's about 43 degrees. So this is miserable. It's going to be a long morning.
All right. Well, since we got you in, let's make good use of you. Got a question from Blake Becker. He wants to know Wicks, Leggett, or Roshan Johnson.
Just one of them. It's got to be Wicks.
It's start 2. My bad. I didn't read the first.
Start 2. It's Wicks for sure, and then I'd have to say Leggett there. I like the possibility of Roshan, but I think Swift had himself a nice game. They might try to utilize that for as long as it lasts. So I'd say Leggett and Wicks.
I like it. Justin, to you, Ethan Batterman. By the way, thank you, Blake, for your question. Ethan Batterman, he's got one receiver, one flex. It's a half PPR, a Dunze, Ladd, Bigsby, or Sermon. Thank you.
I think I'll go with Bigsby as my flex, and then man, the receiver-wise, it's kind of I think I'll go with the Dunze in this one because I don't like the fact that Ladd's going to have to go against the best corner right now in the league and Patrick Surtain. So I'm going to go with the Dunze to have a better game than Ladd McConkey.
All right, I like it. Let's go to another. We got a bunch of questions here. We're going to go to this one, and then we're going to do our ultimate DFS, and then we'll come back and get to the rest. Fred, for this one, Evan Gittleman, he's going to start one, or wants to start one, half PPR. Najee, I don't know what I was saying there. Wandell or Jameson. What is going on? It must be too much the Canadian air or something. Najee, Wandell, or Jameson Williams.
And I know the second I bench Najee, that's the problem with Najee. That you believe in him, then he screws you, and then you don't play him, and he goes big. Go with Najee. He's playing the Oakland Raiders. I mean, hand off the ball, and hope for the best. But I would start Najee if it was up to me.
I mean, listen, I hate to override you there, but I'm going Wandell. Even though I don't believe in Daniel Jones, I don't know the situation with Malik Neighbors, so I can see him get peppered today. If the Bengals get up on them,
Neighbors is out.
That would be my thing. What?
Neighbors is out.
And Neighbors is so that's what I said. I didn't know if he was in or out or what the hell he was doing. So. Yeah, I'm going. I'd go Wandell. I'd like to see. That's a lot of volume. I think you'll see, and they're going to have to throw to get back in this football game. Let's be real about it. All right, guys. Durish, your question is next. Before we get there, however, we got to talk about some ultimate DFS lineups. Let's go.
The power of the Ultimate Warrior.
All righty, let's get to let's talk about last week first, right? I mean, let's get to it now. I did change up some things a little bit this week, only because usually we put the guy who did the worst first, but we had a change in champion, so we got to show Leduc first. He got to drop that belt. I didn't do you too bad. You got a little black eye there, but it wasn't like it was a bad week. 120 was a decent week for you. Unfortunately, though, not the best this week. But let's talk about our jobber. We'll bring him up. It was our man Justin last week. Brock Purdy. Dontavian Wicks. We talked about him. Rashid Shaheed is what he reminds me of. He's a boomer bust play. But he booms when he booms. Unfortunately, he busted for you last week. And of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. a little underwhelming as well last week as well. So my friend Justin, hate to do it to you, but it is what it is. I almost hit it again. All right, let's go to our other winners and losers, I guess, if you will. Let's bring up Greg with no internet. Even with no internet, he beat Justin 115. The Colts game, you know what, Fred, you talked about the Colts being disappointing. Well, you didn't disappoint Greg as much as they disappointed Greg with 0 at his ultimate DFS lineup, unfortunately. So he did not come through this week. And guess what? I didn't come through either. I thought I did because we were talking about text. Andrew got me all excited. But I think what happened was I had originally wrote Stevenson, and I heard so much about Gibson, and I was like, you know what? Last minute, let's just go Gibson instead of Stevenson. That screwed me out of being the ultimate DFS winner this week. Let's bring him in. The guy that didn't even know what DFS meant is all of a sudden our new champion. Can you believe it?
And his name is John C.
Even making a mistake I made with Gibson, still put him up. Great game with T. Higgins. Brock Bowers was a great play last week. I mean, everyone's loving Jordan Love apparently as well. So, great week for Fred last week. Congrats there. All right, Leduc, since you're in, let's talk about this week's ultimate DFS lineup.
Yeah, so I am going back to Jordan Love because I think they're going to still continue to roll here, pairing him with Jaden Reed. And then I talked about him in Sophistication Station this week. Tolbert is a guy I'm big on this week. He's just too involved. Same thing with Darnell Mooney, getting more involved. And when Kirk Cousins is comfortable with somebody, he's going to keep using him. So Mooney to the moon today. And then Austin Eckler with Brian Robinson out just makes a lot of sense. Tony Pollard with the matchup. Chris Godwin, we'll see. He's definitely been boomer bust this week. And then Zach just has a good matchup as well. And then you can't not play the Texans defense up against my Patriots with a rookie quarterback and Drake May starting. So that's how I got to where I got.
It's interesting you say that because we'll be talking about picks in a minute. Let's go. We'll show Greg's real quick. Lamar, he's got paid some big money from Lamar. He likes that with the combo with Zay Flowers. Darnell Mooney, of course. How do you not like that? Tony Pollard's got so good little matchup, but he's playing the Jets. He's got to get another 0 this week. All right, let's go. I'll talk about mine real quick. Kirk Cousins. We've talked about what a great week he had last week. I'm not expecting that this week, but Panthers are not good against fantasy QB, so I at least expect a decent day out of him. Breece Hall brought it up earlier. In the prop bets segment. I love Breece Hall today. If these guys don't get it at this point, then pack it in because they need to get this guy the football. I think that's quite obvious, and I think he's going to have a big day today. Tracy, I like him today. Bengals, actually, surprisingly, are not very good against fantasy QBs. So they're 20th. Running back, sorry, 20th. So it's a good value play. I talked about Cooper earlier against Philly. They're 28th against receivers. He's a good value play. I also went with Terry Scary today. Baltimore secondary, 29th against fantasy QB or receivers. I don't know why I want to say QB all the time, but I like that. Tank Dell, we've talked about him all day today. I like him as well this week. 21st, New England is against receivers. Kyle Pitts, get him in there. Carolina, 24th against tight ends. I think it's a good play. That's my combo with Cousins. And then I went in the flex, went to the value with Austin Eckler. Look, the Baltimore's D is very good against fantasy running backs. They're 5th in the league. But Austin Eckler, this is a pure volume play with Brian Robinson out today. So I like that. And we talked about it earlier. Bucks going against a rookie QB, whoever the hell the QB is. I don't even know this guy. I don't know much about him. So I'm going to bet on Bucks D today. I think it's a good value play. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Justin, what do you think? What's yours?
All right, so the job squad is in the house. I'm going to go with Jordan Love on this one. I agree with Duke. I think this is going to be a good game for him. I think it's a great matchup for both offenses. I bet down on both Gibbs and Robinson. That's where I spent my money this week. I think Gibbs is going to be just seeing the volume he's been seeing all year long, especially against the Cowboys. There's a little bit of vulnerability in that defense. And Robinson, I look for Robinson to really get it started this week. Carolina is even worse against the rush than they are against the pass. Derrick Henry, I went all in on the running backs. I just need this week. I need to win that title. It's burning in my soul right now that I'm not the DFS champ. So I went Derrick Henry, 8,000. I think it's going to be a run-heavy game plan for them this week. Darnell Mooney, love Mooney. Why mess with a good thing when it's working? Darnell Mooney at 5,300. He is one of the best steals you can get. I also went with Polk, which is an interesting play this week. I was talking with LeDuc about Polk on the Friday show. He thinks he's probably one of the better guys, and I'll trust my Patriot insider on that one. And, Drake May is going to need to find some sort of spark this week. And then I went back to Dontavian Wicks because I just love pain. And this guy either brings me the most pain or the most satisfaction on a week-to-week basis. So I got to stick with it. Let's go, Dontavian Wicks. As Kamish said, Kyle Pitts is really heating up with Kirk Cousins. Love Kyle Pitts. And then the Chargers. Chargers defense is back, and I think Bo Nix is going to revert back to what he was in the first 2 weeks, which was an interception machine.
He'll be what we thought he was. All right, Fred, the champ is here. By the way, I want to say I'm proud of you because I'm looking at this stuff, and you're really getting it. A lot of good value plays. Let's talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Yeah, the champ is here, baby. I'm starting to feel this a little bit after never doing it. I spent most of my money on the combo. Jordan Love, Jaden Reed. I think he's gonna be back and forth. They play in Arizona. I think there'll be a big point game today. And Antonio Gibson, I found, was a steal. Obviously, Ramondre Stevenson's not playing, and I heard Bigsby is looking to take over the starting role from ETN, and it's looking like that's going to happen. So that's why I went with Bigsby. Higgins and Mooney, they have been playing really good as of late. I found Mooney as a steal at 5,300, so I think we'll have another big week with them. I went with Isaiah Likely. I was running out of money by this point, so I thought at 4,500 for tight end at this time was a pretty good value. And last but not least, the Eagles are playing Cleveland. Deshaun Watson sucks. Then Cleveland's not playing good. I expect the Eagles to have a big game today.
Gotta say I like it. All right, let's go to we got a lot of questions here, so let's get through them before we get to our picks today. All right, so we got Blake. All right, I gotta scroll back up here. Where we start? All right, Drish, you're my man. Let's go. Let's go to you, Leduc from Drish. He wants to start 3 of these guys: Olave, McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, Devonta Smith, and DJ Moore. Nice options. We can't hear you for some reason.
Just realized that. Yeah, these are great options. I'm going to start Olave, McLaurin, and Devonta here. I think the Eagles are going to make it a point to try to get A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith moving this week. So those are the 3 I'd start. And real fast, I do got to get out of here for this next game. But I actually have a question as well for you guys. And it has to do with the Eagles because I'm trying to decide between Tyler Conklin and Dallas Goedert this week. I'm actually leaning Tyler Conklin because of the matchup and because, like I said, I think the Eagles are going to spend a lot of attention on Brown and Smith, and that worries me in that game and with the way Hurts is playing. So, should you talk me down off of Tyler Conklin, or should I ride?
I mean, you know what I'm going to say because I'm a Jet hater. I would definitely say go with Goddard in the matchup. And again, just, the Browns D was supposed to be, really good. It hasn't come to fruition quite yet.
They're 8 tight ends though.
And they are good. They just came off, the Eagles just coming off a bye. Yeah, so that's where I would be. But Justin, I already Fred's gonna be Tyler. So what do you think, Justin? You break the tie.
Yeah. So I don't like the fact that AJ Brown is back this week. Devonta Smith is back this week. I think they're gonna try and get that offense peppered back into the receiving core. And so I'd probably just go with Conklin just to be the safe bet to probably get 10 points because Goddard tends to revert back to the mean when all the weapons are back. So I would probably go with Conklin, but if you need points, go with Goddard.
All right. Turgay, what's up to you, my brother? Appreciate you popping by. All right, let's go to Fred on this one. Armando, thank you so much for your question, and Darish as well, and Turgay. What up, fellas? Oh, my bad. I forgot to say bye, Leduc. Sorry, his head now. What's up? Dak or Love, Fred? Which one do you like?
Love all day. I think that's going to be a fantasy bonanza. You're playing Arizona. You're playing Kyler Murray. Love all day.
Yeah, if you've watched our Ultimate DFS segment, at least 3 out of us 5 have went with Jordan Love today. So I think that's kind of a no-brainer on that one. Richard, thank you for your question. To Justin, Conklin, Otten, or Likely? It's PPR.
Man, it's PPR. Oh. Man, I like Likely's touchdown ratio, but God, he does not get targeted nearly enough for PPR. I'm going to go with Cade Otton on this one. I think Cade Otton's starting to heat up, and they have a really good history of taking away Mike Evans from the Saints from the game. So I think he's going to be looking for somebody, and I think it's going to be Cade Otton.
That could be a top that plays out. Let's go next one. Fred Turgay. He wants to know its last wide receiver / tight end spot. I guess that's kind of a flex deal. McBride, Shaheed, Tolbert, or Pittman? Which one of those guys? No Pittman today.
No Pittman, so he's out. Shaheed got a quarterback who's starting for the first time. I'm going McBride. As I said, fantasy bonanza.
Yep, I agree with you, actually, 100% on that one. Thank you, Dunny. We appreciate you. Jonathan, appreciate your question. To Justin, if you had to trade one running back between Jonathan Taylor and Brees, who are you trading? My current receiver 1 is Ayuk, so he needs receiver help. So what would you do there?
I would trade Brees. I'm just going to say it. Brees Hall, I like him, but Braylon Allen is coming up real quick on this guy, and he's kind of making it seem like it could be a 50-50 thing soon. JT, on the other hand, total dominant ball hog. When he gets back, Trey Sermon is going straight back to the bench where he belongs. So JT's probably out for maybe 1 more week. If you can bite that bullet, trade Brees Hall, go get yourself a number 1 receiver.
I like it. You gotta make a move if you gotta make a move. Don't sit around too long. Let's see. I think this is the same question. Turgay, appreciate you. You want to make sure you know standard, but yeah, we got you. I think either way we're good there. All right, man. Look at Lawrence. I hope you saw our Ultimate DFS lineup, Lawrence, because it was perfect. Where your whatever you call that. Your picture is there. Fred, Travis Etienne or Wan'Dale Robinson at the flex?
Wan'Dale Robinson, like I said, Etienne, I believe, is going to be losing his spot soon to Bigsby. As you said earlier, they might be the beneficiary of the Giants getting more passes. So I'm going Wan'Dale Robinson.
I like it. Justin, Ryan Allen. Thank you, Lawrence, by the way. Ryan Allen, pick one, Etienne, Bigsby, or Jameson Williams, half PPR.
And I just want to say Ryan Allen pitched in a donation to us of $199. So thank you so much for the question, Ryan. I hope we get it right for you. For this one, I am going to go with, you know what? I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to go with Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams, a really nice deep pick. And guess what? This guy only catches deep balls. I like Bigsby. I like Etienne. But if we're really going for the upside here, which I love being the aggressor. I love going for that. Go for Jameson Williams. I think he's due for a really big game this week.
Between the two running backs, I'm leaning Bigsby if that's where your head is. He's just a better running back, period. But I agree, Jameson Williams today. And a matchup against the Cowboys who, you know, let's face it, haven't been all-stars on the defense. And I expect a little bit of back and forth today. So we'll see how that plays out. But I like that. And Ryan, man, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. I might go get a cup of coffee now. I appreciate you. Turgay, I think we got you, bro. I think either way, if it's standard or with the points, I think either way we got you on that one. Turgay wants to know, is Anthony Richardson playing today?
Yes, he is.
He is a go. So I think we forgot to ask Brian about that. So apologies about that. Turgay, appreciate you with that one. Kyle Singer, let's go. Justin, pick one full PPR. Keon Coleman, Shakir if he plays, or Dobbs.
Shakir if he plays, Coleman if he doesn't.
All right, I like it. Kyle, thank you. We got another one here. Pick one full PPR, McBride or Ferguson?
McBride.
McBride. Fred says that on the McBride day today. Thumbs up, Kyle. Appreciate you, my friend. Bill checking in. Dave, sorry you're late, but that's okay. We ain't got to the picks yet. We're running late, so we'll run through them with you real quick. JN Sports Car, he wants to know, let's go to Justin. Pick one full PPR. Brian Thomas Jr., Jamo, Bucky, and Chase Brown. Which one? Good options.
Wow, those are some great options. You can only pick one? Damn, dude. I'm gonna stick with my JMO take. I'm gonna go with JMO again. If it's full PPR, especially JMO really, I mean, the Cowboys have the secondary problems, and JMO has the ability to take the top off of it. I think it's going to be a good game for JMO. Doubling down.
JN, appreciate you checking in. And the question, Lawrence, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, guys. Hope you smashed all the DFS today. Bill wanted to put a comment in talking about Anthony Richardson. Yeah, but he should.
Flacco season. Let's go.
If you got a receiver, you're praying for Joe Flacco. That's for sure. All right, let's get to it. We got some picks.
We're on a mission, guys. We're on a mission, guys.
All righty, let's get to it. Let's talk about last week first. I mean, we had I'm just trying to stall because I'm trying to scroll up. Sorry. Last week, we have a champion in the house, 10-4. If I can't do it in DFS, at least I can do it in pick. LeDuc and the Juice right behind us. Two dunces this week. They happen to be on the show, which is great. Justin and Fred went 8-6. Not horrible, but you know, it is what it is. For the year, still Fred is sitting at DFS champ, big champ. He's on fire. Comes in here half awake. Just LeDuc's right behind him, 45-30. We're right behind LeDuc at 44-31. Greg still catching from the rear. Must be that internet. All right, let's get to the London game real quick. The Bears and the Jaguars. Bears are 5-3 in the series. Last time they played was in 2020. The Bears won 41-17. It says the Jags are favored by 1. You heard Ariel said she likes that as well. The over-under is 44.5. Justin, who do you like?
I believe I chose the Bears this week on that one. Let me make sure. Yes, I chose the Bears. And you know, I think it's a no-brainer because I think Caleb's getting hot, and I think that freaking the Bears defense is just going to be too much for the Jags. And you had your owner come out and say, I have full support for the head coach. That's almost like a death wish after that. Like, literally the moment after, he's going to be like, all right, we're coming back from London. You're fired. Get off of my plane. Never come to my organization again. The door code is different now. So, yeah, I think that the Bears take this one.
Brad, who you like?
I went with the Jags. I thought they were pretty hot last week. I'm taking this upset today. I'm going with the Jags.
Damn, Bill went with the Jags too. I know I'm fucked now.
The lone wolf this week with the Jaguars. Yeah, I like the Bears today. They've been playing well. I just like their defense better, quite frankly. And Bill says the Jags as well. Yeah, you're in trouble. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I think I like the Bears to take this game. Although I will say, as far as like these London games are concerned, Jags are pretty well suited to go over to London. They've been there a few times now, so maybe that plays a little bit of factor in this matchup. That could be a possibility, just something to think about. All right, Washington at Baltimore. Ravens lead the series 4-3. Last time they played, Baltimore won 31-17. I didn't write the year down, and plus I wrote 31-71. That's how tired I was. Baltimore by 7 in this matchup. The over/under in this one is 51.5. Since we're late, we're so far behind on time. When we bring the hammer out, I'm just going to bring it out. We all like the Ravens today. Washington's good, though. I've expected at least a good game. We all like the Ravens in this matchup. All right, let's go to the next matchup. We got the Packers packing it up today against Arizona. This series 46-24-2. Last time they played, I wrote that down, was in 2021. Packers won 24-21. Green Bay's fair 5.5, and the over/under is 47. I think it should be higher, quite frankly. But like I said, don't want to waste time. Let's put the hammer down again. We all like the Packers in this matchup. Again, Arizona's good. The same deal with Washington. It's like they're almost the same team, I feel like. Good team, but I feel like they just need a little bit more maturing, I guess, to be one of those elite teams. So I like the Packers in the matchup. All right, let's go to Houston at New England. Patriots lead the series 11-3. Last time they played was in 2021. New England won 25-22. Houston's favored by 6.5. The over/under is 37.5. One last time, I won't waste our time on this, but we do have a lone wolf here, and he's not in the house. That's house. I thought it was LeDuc this whole time. Justin, explain yourself.
I go on the theory that a good rookie quarterback in his debut can surprise a lot of people, and I think that the Texans can get surprised in this game. I think the Texans could be a little lackadaisical, and maybe Drake May uses some of the weapons a little bit better than Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, the whole time I thought LeDuc put that homer pick. That's why I said it's interesting. I don't know why I was thinking that when I'm the one who did the damn graphic, but interesting enough, Justin is our lone wolf on that one. All right, let's go to the next one here. We got Tampa Bay at New Orleans. This is a good matchup here. Interesting, at least. Saints lead the series 40-25. They split last year 23-13 and by the Saints, and then the Bucs won 26-9. The Bucs are favored by 3.5. Over/under for this is 42. Fred, who you like?
I went with the Saints. I don't know why I went with the Saints. Hopefully Kamara has a bunch of points. I don't know nothing about their QB, but I'm gonna stick with them. Let's go Saints.
Bill said, damn, no way. I love when Fred I don't know why I did it. I just did it. Jeb, I'll get to your question here in 1 second. Justin, who you like in this one?
I'm going to go with the Bucs. I think the Bucs are just at this point the better team.
Go ahead and get your howling out because our boy again is on this one. I like the Bucs too. You got this, unproven QB, and the Bucs, quite frankly, are nice at times. They're kind of up and down team, but I do think that they'll win this matchup. All right, thank you so much for that. Let's go on so I can this thing. My apologies. We got a question here. Let's go to the question so I don't make them wait too long. Jeb, appreciate it. To you,
Oh, I'm sorry. I picked him because I saw Bill comment.
we'll get to Bill in a second. So who do you think, Najee or Gibson in the flex, Justin? It's standard.
Najee. I'm going to go exactly with what Fred said. Najee is always like there when you think he's going to not be there. And I think this game, hopefully he pulls through with expectations because the Raiders have just been pitiful. They don't know what they're doing at quarterback. And I think this is the game for Najee to get right.
I like it. Now there's your Bill comment. He says he don't even know why you picked the Saints, Fred. Nobody. If you don't know, how do you expect us to know? All right, let's go to the next one on this one. On the matchups, we got Cleveland at the Eagles. The Browns lead the series 32-17-1. Last time they played was in 2020. Cleveland won 22-17. Philly's favored by 8.5, and the over-under is 42.5. Again, since we're running late, let's hammer it down. We all like the Eagles today in this matchup. I think Fred said it the best. Deshaun Watson is just terrible, period. Just not a good QB right now. Brown's kind of in a flux. Maybe when Chubb comes back, this offense will start to take a little hold. But right now, it's just not looking good. I do like the Eagles coming off the bye as well. So I think that's a good matchup for them. Tennessee at Indianapolis. Colts lead the series 37-22. The Colts swept last year, 31-28 in overtime and 23-16 later in the year. Favored by 3. The over-under is 43. Fred, who you like?
I'm taking the Colts, but I'm getting tired of taking their asses, man. I'm starting to lose faith. But I'm going to go with the Colts today. They are favored, and everybody's playing. So let's see how that goes.
Well, the Titans are favored, but that's okay. But yeah, I think. I mean, it's not a bad option. Say you're not lone wolf in this. Justin, what do you think?
Yeah, I went with the Titans. I was kind of hoping Anthony Richardson was going to be playing early on. If it was going to be Flacco, I was going to be a little shivering about my pick. But with Anthony Richardson back, I kind of like it a little bit more. I'm going to go with the Titans.
I hate to keep repeating myself, but I like the teams coming off the bye. Titans coming off the bye this week. I like them to win as well. No lone wolf for you on this one. Everyone else, though, likes the Colts in this matchup. So I think it'll be interesting. A key game in the AFC South. For their standings at least. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, let's go to our next one. Denver at the Chargers. And the overall series, Broncos lead 73-55-1. Denver swept last year 16-9 and 24-7. They've actually won 3 in a row. The Chargers are favored by 3. The over-under is 35.5. Fred, what say you? Who you like?
I like the Chargers.
Yeah, look to you, he picked. Love it. Justin, who you like?
I'm right there with you, Fred. I like the Chargers in this one. I think Bo Nix reverts back to the mean. He gets back to being that interception guy.
Leduc, not here. This is his lone wolf moment right here. He likes the Broncos in this matchup. He's been kind of talking them up a little bit. I just think, again, at home, I like the Chargers. I just think the Broncos, they've won a couple of games, but it's been like more of a defense and don't make mistakes. I think the Chargers D will exploit that today. So I like the Chargers as well. Let's go to Vegas at the Steelers. Raiders lead the series 36-29. They played last year. The Steelers won 23-19. They've won 2 in a row. Pittsburgh's favored by 3. The over-under is 36.5. Put the hammer down on. You got to waste no time. Steelers. We all like the Steelers today. We got a lot of hammers today, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of upsets the way our hammers have gone this year. Yeah. All right, before we get to the next matchup, real quick, Fred, you, Ken Konecki, thank you so much for your question. Full PPR, you can only start one. Gibson, Wicks, or Bigsby. I swear, everyone asking these same players today.
I would usually take Bigsby, but I'm going to go with Gibson today. They got a rookie quarterback, dump off to the running back, give him lots of runs. Go with Gibson.
Yeah, volume play. I like it. Let's go full PPR. I like it. I like that a lot. Let's see. We got Bill. Titans prove my point. DDR shouldn't play them. You already know Broncos. Bill's a big Broncos fan, and he likes the Steelers as well. Ken and Bill, thank you guys so much for your comments. Let's go to the next matchup. This should be exciting. The Falcons at the Panthers. The Falcons lead the series 36-22. They did split last year. Panthers won 9-7, and then the Falcons won Atlanta's favored by 6. The over-under is 46.5. Let's not waste the time. We all know what's up. It's all day today. Carolina just not a good football team, quite frankly. So, again, we're going to see if some upsets because our hammer has been out today. Detroit at Dallas. Cowboys lead the series 19-12. Last time they played was last year. The Cowboys won 20-19 in a close one. They've actually won 6 in a row in the series. Detroit is favored by 3. The over-under is 52.5. And again, I hate to do it, but let's hit the hammer down. Everybody likes the Lions today. Nobody's feeling the Cowboy love, and they're not America's team anymore. So, yeah, let's go. We all like that. Let's go to the next one. Giants at the Bengals. Bengals lead the series 6-5. Last time they played was in 2020. Giants won 19-17. They won 2 in a row in the series. Cincinnati's favored by 3.5. The over-under is 47. So, Justin, I'm going to go to you, which means we don't have a hammer in this one. Who you like in this one?
We're going with the Bengals, but I'm guessing somebody's going with the Giants? What? I'm going with the Bengals. I think that Joe Burrow's not going to lose a game he can't lose. Not anymore, at least. It's got time to get serious.
All right, Fred, you're up. It's your time.
No, maybe I'm the lone wolf because I picked the Giants.
Explain yourself, sir.
I just feel that they've been playing a little bit better lately. The Giants actually have a decent defense, and I don't know what's going on with the Bengals right now. They just cannot win a game, so I went with the upset special there.
Upset special, he says. I like it. Oh, look, you got Bills. All right, let's go blue. He's behind you on that one. All right, Justin, I'll go to you for this one. Domo, thank you so much for your question, sir. He wants to know Tyrone Tracy, Kirk, Shaheed. He wants 2 of them.
Tyrone Tracy and Shaheed.
Yes, I totally agree. Love it. He said, and then Bill says Danny Dimes is ending the Cats season.
Whoa.
Thank you so much for your question, Bill. Appreciate you as always. Let's get to the last matchup of the Monday Night Delight. Buffalo Bills against the Jets. Bills lead the series 69-58. They split last year. Bills won 32-6, and the Jets won 22-16. Buffalo's favored by 2.5. The over/under is 41. Justin, who you like?
I'm gonna go with a surpriser here. The Jets, Jets. I think that Jeff Ulbrich is going to be a great coach, a great interim coach, going to bring that energy. If they would have put Nathaniel Hackett in as the interim, I would have said, oh, my God, end the Jets season right now, wrap it up in a bow, and just send it somewhere else. Send it, where do they send shit in there? The New Jersey River or something like that, to Delaware or something? Send it to Hoboken because nobody wants the Jets at that point. But they did the right thing. They went out. They got the defense coordinator. The defense is doing something right. And I think this is the game everybody rallies behind Jeff Ulbrich. Because I loved Jeff Ulbrich when he was a fucking 49er. When he was a 49er, Jeff Ulbrich was the shit, man. So I'm all about it. Let's go. Jets, Jets.
Fred, who you like?
Okay, so the Jets are going to win. When Solid was coach, we were never prepared. First half, we were negative 267 points. Ulbrich is gonna fix that. Hackett demoted. Let's go, Jets.
Okay, so I was waiting for this. I just couldn't.
AFC East.
I could not
play first place.
Okay, I cannot wait to talk about this because I don't know what football y'all are watching, but the Jets are awful, period. They're in an identity crisis. I called it out before. That's why their coach got fired. There's no way they're fixing this in a week. I hate to tell you this. And also, the Bills are a good football team, period. So I'm as easy as it can be. I like the Bills today. Bill even agrees with me. He likes the Bills as well. He even apologized to Fred. He's like, well, he said
he really doesn't have a job.
This is the comment right here. He shouldn't have a job.
He really doesn't.
Bills get the dub. So yeah, there you go. All right, we're gonna do something a little different today, just because we had to load our little video a little different. So we're gonna end the show with Fantasy Jesus as we always do, but we're gonna head out right now. So thank you guys so much.
Love you guys
today. We highly appreciate you. Don't forget, Come back on Friday. We do the Friday night breakdown next week for week 7. And of course, you can check us back here on Sunday. Happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much for that. We do appreciate it. Anything else for the day, fellas, before we head out?
Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Best of luck to all of you. Except for LeDuc. LeDuc, you can suck a big bag of dog shit. we're playing in our network league. That's why I'm saying that.
Gotcha. All right, LeDuc, well, stay warm. We appreciate you checking in from the soccer stadium as well. Don't forget, hit subscribe, like, appreciate all your comments. Follow us on social media at TSS Fantasy. We're all over the place, so you can just find us pretty easy. But before we go, put your hands together and pray. It's time for Fantasy Jesus. Let's go.
I'm here to save your fantasy rosters. Hey there, TSS family. Waking up this morning, we've got 5 picks for your week 6 lineup. Let's get it started in Green Bay with the one and only Jordan Love coming back. He had an amazing game against Minnesota and a not so amazing game against the Rams. I look for this game to be a shootout, so I'm looking for Arizona to really put the pressure on Green Bay and Jordan Love to fire it right back at him. Put Jordan Love in as your DFS QB this week. And then we've got Bijan Robinson. If you're a Bijan Robinson manager, you've been disappointed the entire season. But all is well because the gods have sent us the Carolina Panthers, which means it's time for Bijan Robinson to make up for it and possibly have a 2-touchdown game this week. I am loving the odds on Bijan Robinson breaking out and being a top stud running back this week. Next, we got Tank Dell, another guy that the gods have blessed us with, and he's been blessed with many talents. He's just not showing it on the fantasy football field or the football field for that instance. He is now the number 2 in the rotation with Nico Collins going down. Look for them to take advantage of the fact that Christian Gonzalez is going to be on Stephon Diggs, and look for CJ Stroud and Tank Dell to reinvigorate their friendship and put it all out on the field. I'm looking at this as a Tank Dell redemption game, put him back into the top 24. So I'm looking for a huge game from Tank Dell this week. Then we got tight end Kyle Pitts coming off his best game of the season. I know what you're thinking, Fantasy Jesus, his best game, Kyle Pitts? Why would you put him in this week? Well, like I said with Bijan, he's playing the Carolina Panthers, and right now it looks like Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts are on the same wavelength. For the past 2 weeks, they have just been really airing it out to Pitts, and I think that this week he gets that touchdown that's been eluding him. So I think Kyle Pitts is going to be an easy play at tight end in your DFS lineups. And finally, I'm going to finish out with the New Orleans Saints. History tells us the New Orleans Saints love to bug and pester the Bucs, especially at home. I love the value too. It's $2,700 on DraftKings right now. The Saints have been really good, and they're out there. They're going to be wheeling and dealing with a rookie quarterback. They're going to need to get to Baker Mayfield. They're going to need to force him to put turnovers on the field. And I think that this team can really do that. I'm putting down the Saints $2,700 on DFS DraftKings. Go out, put them in their lineup. That's been 5 picks for week number 6. And may your lineups be blessed.
I'm not sure who to start this week. Trust in your Savior.
Oh, hi, we're still back. I didn't turn it off. But since I'm here, since we're still here, real quick, we had one last one. Untamed Music, start one, half PPR, Tank Dell, Chase Brown. I answered in the comments for you. We Fantasy Jesus answered for you too. We like Tank Dell today, big time today. All right, guys. Again, I played the outro, so that's it. Appreciate you guys. Oh, we got one more. Deb comes in again. Kyler Murray, I think we answered this earlier, Deb. We appreciate you bringing it back. We like Jordan Love today in this matchup. I think you can't go wrong on either side, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I like it. One more, Justin, chasing the back-to-back. What's up? Appreciate you coming in, chasing back-to-back. He's got full PPR. Marvin Harrison Jr., I'm assuming. Mooney or McLaren?
Oh, man, that's a really strong one right there. You know, I like Mooney or McLaren in this one. I think McLaren might get a little bit more work. I think that the corners are better for Baltimore, but I think he might get a little more work than Darnell Mooney does in this game. So I'm going to go with McLaren.
Okay, I like that. It'd be hard for me to go against Marvin Harrison Jr. because I feel like he might bounce back this week in a big matchup. But like you said, there's so many good options here. I even got McLaren in my ultimate DFS this week because I like that as well. So chasing the back-to-back, appreciate you. Subscribe for us. We appreciate it. And Jeff, you guys, we appreciate it. All right, guys. You got football to watch. Go get on it. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much. We're out.